Are live. Hold on, where's my horns? We are live. This is Anime After Hours. My name is Emoji. I'm here with Nikki G and OMW, and this is a live interactive podcast. Although it might not be as interactive today because X is broken and
Oops.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's it's been a day. Real quick, OM is the live stream like up? Like, are we good?
The live stream sadly is not up.
The live stream
Oh
is
no.
not up. Okay, so I have no clue where we're streaming right now.
On my
We
YouTube.
we're streaming on your YouTube. All right, that is where we are. We are on
Oh,
Nikki's YouTube. We
wait,
might be on mine too, and we might be on Twitch. So in the meantime, I don't know how we're gonna do it. I guess we're probably not gonna have a giveaway today. Um, because we're not streaming. All right, let's go to a brief message from our affiliate partners that
I
are
guess so.
are kind of our affiliates, but not our affiliates today. I guess I don't know. All right, in five, four, three, two, one. Hey, what's up? My name is Emoji, and I'm here with Nikki G and OMW, and we're bringing you Anime After Hours. But before we do that, I want to give a brief shout out to our affiliates, VV Digital Collectibles. VV is the world's home of premium collectibles, comics, and artworks from brands that you love, like Viz Media, Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, and more. Take your collecting to the next level with VV Digital Collectibles and check out the link in our description box below or use the QR code that you see on the screen for $10 off your first purchase.
This is an interactive show and podcast recorded live in front of an online audience. Those in the crowd on X are welcome to join in on the conversation, but know that all conversations that take place during the show will be published across multiple platforms. With this being a live interactive show and podcast, please be mindful of your speech.
And now, let's get back to the show. And we are back. We're back and partially broken. Um,
Yeah.
a bit, a bit. Well, we are streaming on my YouTube and Twitch, I believe. I think that's still a thing. That hasn't been affected by Elon and the Trump war. So I
I
think
do see us live on Nikki's as well, so
okay. All right. So Owned up, if you could do me a favor, on the lovely X side of things, if you could let people know that we are on YouTube. We're on Nikki's YouTube. We're on my YouTube. So they can check us out there, engage with the chat there. I don't know yet how we're gonna do this giveaway because there's nothing going on X right now. The whole thing is broken. Fix it. All right, all right. Well, let's just start the show. How are you guys doing today?
Well, now I'm frustrated.
You and me both. You and me both. And you know what's so crazy? Like, so I saw this whole altercation and everything going on online, leading up to this, and I was like, um, I hope this doesn't mess up our show because I know like every time something happens on X, like the whole thing breaks. And I was like, I hope
Mhm.
this doesn't mess up our show. And everything was good. Like Nikki, you were there. We ran the test live stream. We went live with it.
Yep.
This speed, I don't know. I guess until next week. But the show must go on. Uh Other than this chaos, how was you guys' week?
It's been all right. I released a new song today. That was fun.
It was actually a dope song that we was gonna premiere for the show today, but yeah.
but no.
Yeah. Next week.
It's
Next
okay.
week.
We can do it next week.
But it was a really good what anime is that from?
It's from an anime called Bokurano. It's
Mhm.
a psychological horror anime with mecha in it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
it's
It
about
it sounds like Evangelion.
yeah, kind of, except it's a little darker because there are 15 children
Mhm.
and they're like recruited during their summer camp
Mm.
and they're recruited by this man, I can't remember his name. But basically, what happens is, in order to pilot the mecha, it eats life force, so each of the kids dies after they pilot it. So it's a really crazy anime. Someone told me today that Madoka Magica had was actually influenced by it. So
Oh
there's a
wow. Oh
little, you know how,
yeah.
QB.
Yes.
There's a similar creature in Bokurano that I
Huh.
think they drew parallels from.
I gotta check that out. And I do have to say real quick, shout out Majin for coming over despite these technical difficulties, but coming over, being a ride or die over in YouTube right now. He says hashtag justice for OMW. Um, oh wait, what OMW? What happened to you? Why does he calling justice?
Did we do something bad? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Oh,
Or
so yes, the Discord is throwing some comments at at the panel.
oh
So
snap. What are they saying?
as usual, let's see. So we have Majin saying OMW is in the corner.
Well, now I have you in the
Dude
center.
says Nikki kicked emoji off too. And then I had a low battery. Thank you for that, dudes. I appreciate it.
Oh man, oh man. Oh yeah, shout out Dubes. I see him in here too. Oh, so there is a YouTube. There is a YouTube. Despite what people don't know, there is a YouTube. When I say we're streaming everywhere, we are. I'm not lying to you guys. We are. Um, but yeah, unfortunately, X is acting weird. But okay, so Nikki, I'm gonna check that show out because and it's funny you bring up Madoka Magica because I just rewatched it like
Hmm.
this weekend, or the weekend that just passed. I rewatched it because I realized that I never watched the third movie. What is it, Resurrection?
Oh.
Or yeah. And then there's a fourth one coming out. There's
Mhm.
the name of the witch that I can't pronounce. Wonder something. Wonder Knots. I think that's a
Mhm.
horrible pronunciation of it. But but yeah, so I rewatched it. I mean, it's only 12 episodes, and then I watched the movie, and like off the second one, I really like that show.
Mhm.
You don't sound too convinced.
No, I don't. I believe you.
Okay.
I'm just listening.
Oh man, oh man. But yeah, so I did rewatch it, and I'm looking forward to the movie to come out. So, and I think that comes out winter of this year. So yeah, for anyone here,
Okay.
if you want, anyone in the chat, if you want anime recommendations, Madoka Magica, I would recommend. Um, but but the topic of today's discussion. Uh,
Mhm.
Dubes is in the chat. He said I never shilled my YouTube. I don't like shilling stuff. Like it's so weird because people don't know I have certain things because I just don't talk about it. But yes, there's a YouTube. But the topic of conversation, and maybe we can kind of go around the room and talk about as far as preferences, right?
Mhm.
The big battle, sub versus dub, right?
Yes.
We hear this all the time, especially when it comes to anime and preferences and how people tell you should watch anime. And some people might get angry. Some people might get angry on this topic. But let's go around like your own personal preference. And before we get into the why,
Mhm. Just say it.
personal preference, yeah. How do you prefer to watch anime?
Oh, this is gonna be so weird. I actually like it subbed more.
Really? Okay. 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 All right. And OMW?
Sub all the way, all the way.
Damn, am I gonna be the only dub person?
Ew.
It's not. I don't. I don't dislike dubs. I
Mm-hmm.
just think that the quality of dubs recently has gone down a little bit. That's
Oh.
just my yeah.
Okay. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, if I'm talking about like older anime, I don't think I could ever watch like Kenshin subbed. I think I could only watch it dubbed.
Okay. 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 And it's interesting you say that because a lot of times when I think of the older anime, I think of it being like worse. uh dubs. But I'm also thinking about like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that, or
Hmm.
like 90s anime when it was weird. Um
You see, that's
uh
very interesting because I love the '90s anime
mhm.
dubbed. That's the only
Really?
dub that I enjoy. Yeah, bro. Like I started watching
Huh.
Trigun
Uh-huh.
recently, and I s- I've watched it dubbed before, and I tried the sub.
Mhm.
I got like 4 episodes, and I was like, eh, it's okay. But the dub was also really good back in the day. Um, and it was
Okay.
like a. We'll touch on that topic later. Yep,
Okay.
continue.
And I see Majin in the chat. He said, I wouldn't recommend this, but if you read this out loud, you are banished to the Shadow Realm. You know what's funny? Okay, okay. A couple things about that. A couple things about that statement, right? I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh probably had a pretty bad dub.
Oh yeah. I mean, not. You know what's
Mhm.
funny though is that Funimation tried to like they didn't get very far, but they
Mhm.
tried to redub it, being closer to what it actually was, and
Mhm.
it was actually like and no, it's like nobody really cared about the voices or anything like that. I mean, we just kind of wanted it to stick to the more darker themes. Like, I think there's an episode where Taya gets held up at gunpoint, but that they had to cut that out of the 4 kids
Or
version.
they use like fingers, right? Like I remember there's one
Yeah,
thing where they use fingers instead of guns.
I mean, I don't dislike the guy that does Yugi Yami's voice because he's able to change his voice pretty dramatically and make it really
Mhm.
interesting. So I think that's pretty cool.
Mm.
But I think it would have been awesome had they, faithfully dubbed it over.
Got it, got it, got it.
But
And
they never they only did like 5 episodes or something. I watched the first one and it was pretty good, man. I think instead of like Exodia Obliterate, it was like Exodia Hellfire or something, and you're like, oh my
oh
goodness.
wow, wow. Um yeah, no, that would have been dope. And you know, cuz we don't get that all the time. And I think for me one of the biggest ones was when they redubbed Dragon Ball like with Kai, right? And
Mhm,
seeing the differences in that because like even if you watch that show starting from Dragon Ball going into Z and going into Super, one of the big things about that when Super came was people were kind of like why is Goku so different? Like why is Goku acting like this? But it
mhm.
was looking at it, it was more truer to like Dragon Ball Goku, right? Like the way that he was. And it was kind of like when you watch Z, especially like the old 90s Z, they kind of painted
Mhm.
Goku as this Superman figure. And I think
Yeah.
yeah, and I think that that was the big thing why people had this different idea of Goku's personality. And when they went back and did Kai, they kept some of that goofiness. So I feel like when you're watching, like going between the three, it just feels like his character feels more smoother. Going from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Kai, and then over to Super. But
Yeah, it's
mhm,
I definitely think it's not the translations that I have a problem with for dubbing, especially more modern today. It's just a lot of the actors I feel are a little bit monotone in their deliveries. I see a
mm,
lot of even if the character is monotone, I see a lot of like, shorts on YouTube or TikToks or whatever and they're like dub clips and I'm just like, eh. I don't know, just something feels like it's missing. And I do think they're getting them out so much faster now.
mhm,
I mean, in Japan, they're still they're still they're doing the acting, they're acting it out. But in America, when try to get the product faster out, try to simul dub. They're doing the translations really quickly, and then the actors are doing them really quickly. And I don't think there's a lot. Maybe there's not as much back and forth in the studios to get a better like performance. Maybe
mm.
I'm not saying that the actors are bad or anything like that. I'm just saying I feel like
Rush.
it
It might
could
be
be a little
rushed.
rushed. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was telling you even before about the whole with Kaiju number 8, and I was like, how are they getting this? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I can see
They
how they're getting it out, but it's just like the
they're doing
demand,
yeah.
yeah, has to be crazy. But okay, and I want to say also too, shout out Mahalo in the chat. I see you, bro. Also in the chat, anyone that's in here, let us know what do you prefer, subbed or dubbed, and you could throw in some reasons why, because I would love to hear that, and then
I,
also likewise, Nikki, your chat too as well.
I got some in my chat. If
Ooh, let's go.
Okay, so Richard Forrest says that he'll usually watch it dubbed if it's an option, but some dubs do suck. Uh, Grosvenor McCaffrey says depends on the show. Sometimes dubs are completely different in tone and style. Plus, some jokes in Japanese don't translate for every language, which is 100% true.
Mm.
Um, but he's dubs all the way. Yu Yu Hakusho had one of the best dubs ever, which is 1,000,000% true. I would never watch that show in Japanese. It has to be dubbed. I can.
I feel you. I feel you.
He also brought up Ghost Stories. Do you know what Ghost Stories is?
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it.
Okay, so Ghost Stories was a pretty terrible, kind of like a kids anime in Japan
Mm-hmm.
that they gave the rights over to. They don't think this company exists anymore, but they were like they were like a competitor of Funimation, based in
Like
Texas.
Ocean.
No, no, Ocean's Canadian. I can't remember what the company is called. It's gonna drive me crazy. But anyway, so they gave them the rights to pretty much do anything. So it turned into like a gag dub full of like really dirty adult jokes.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely
And it
different
wasn't even.
from.
Wow.
Yeah. So like basically they're like you have to like tell the same story, but you can do it in any way you want.
Mm-hmm.
So it's full of like really dirty jokes and like American topical references, and it's of the time. It's nuts. It's really quite funny though.
Wow. Okay. Okay. You know what? Okay, Nikki, I just got an idea. I just got an idea on how to do the giveaway for today.
Okay.
Are you ready? Okay.
Yep.
So, for everyone in here on the yo, I'm about to make y'all jump all over the place. Okay. So everyone in here on the YouTube, right? Nikki just put out a brand new song. And I mean, if you're cool, wait, can I? No, I can't because the sound quality is going to be trash. Okay. All right. Anyway, Nikki just put out a brand new song today. Cover of what was the anime that you covered?
Bokurano's uninstall.
Okay. So I posted that to or you posted it and I retweeted it, right? Yes.
Yes.
Nikki posted it on her page. I retweeted it, so it's on mine as well. The giveaway for the random VV Digital collectible for today will be off of likes and repost of that post, which is highlighting her song and the YouTube. So jump over to X. If you're on Nikki's YouTube, Nikki, you already have your X handle there, right?
Yep.
Okay. Jump over there. If you're on YouTube right now, just go in the description box of this video and you'll see my X handle. Or if you're on Twitch, my X handle is there too if you just go to socials. And the post that talks about Nikki's video, it's like the let me see where it is. Actually, you know what? This is why I haven't hold on. Let's pull it up. Here we go. So the post that I have on my page, I'll pull it up right here. Boom, boom, boom.
Lexi Evans, you're
This
really
one
fast.
right here. Right here. Nikki G, new cover just dropped. Please check it out. YouTube. Liking and reposting that post. That is going to be the qualification to enter into the giveaway. I will do it at a random time during the show, so don't wait till the last minute. Otherwise, you probably won't be entered. So I would say like and repost immediately. And by the end of the show, I will announce who the winner is for a random VV Digital collectible. So that is how we're gonna do the giveaway because I do want to spread this song because it was a dope song. Like you killed it.
It was a tough song too.
There
You know what
was
was really annoying? What
what?
was really annoying is that I freaking deleted all my harmonies by accident and I had to redo all of them.
There were that's what yo. I was just gonna comment on your harmonies and stuff like that and how good they were, and then you had to do them all over again.
Oh my god, it
Oh
was
snap!
I was just about to send it to Nara, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
was getting everything in the folder and I was like, "All right, time to send it over to get it mix and mastered." And then I was like, "Ah, crap, I deleted the wrong folder and now all my freaking harmonies are gone."
Oh man! Oh
Like
man!
3 in the morning. It was horrible.
Dang! But I mean,
I
mm-hmm.
It
It
worked
still
out.
came out.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it still came out good. It came out as a solid cover. So definitely, obviously, don't just like and retweet it. Like, also check it out. Like, she killed it. I would be playing it in the space today, but we don't have a space today because the president, maybe. I don't. I don't know. But we don't have spaces today. But check it out. But yes, the way to enter into the giveaway today will be off of likes and reposts uh of that post that I put of Nikki's song. All right. So going back to the topic at hand. So both of you guys mentioned as far as, that you guys prefer sub.
Mhm.
Um and so I take it that that means that most of the anime that you watch is subbed, correct?
Say that again. Your mic cut out.
Most of the anime that you guys watch is subbed.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So for you guys, why? Like what hits you about, watching it sub that makes you, say that this is my preferred, method?
Oh,
A
can I
lot
go
of.
first?
Oh
You
yeah,
want
yeah.
to go
You go first.
first?
You go.
Go ahead.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
yes. Listen.
snap. Yo, Om Dub's been
All
waiting for
right.
this.
I have been waiting patiently for this. Okay. Shout out to all the dub voice actors in America. We appreciate all of your hard work. Don't take what I say personally. I feel like the dubbed translations are absolute trash. You
Ooh.
lose at least at least 40 to 65% of emotional impact and value when you're listening to it in dub. Why? Don't know. I have no idea, but I've noticed watching the same exact episodes back to back in two different languages, they
Mm-hmm.
don't hit the same. You don't
Mm.
get the shivers the same. Maybe because I don't know what the hell they're saying and it just sounds so passionate, but it just smacks, bro. It smacks. Like they say it with such passion and intensity
Mm-hmm.
that you you can't you can't compare it to English. When you swap it over to the dub, it's like, eh, yeah, if I never listen to the sub, then the dub will be cool. But like once you start as a sub, you can't go back. If
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. Besides 90s anime.
Mm. Okay. Okay. I feel you. I feel you. Nikki, did you want to weigh in?
I kind of agree, and here is why. A lot of the times I feel like they're trying to write for an American audience.
Mm.
Like,
Still to
I
this
feel
day?
like yes, and here's an example. I think a year or maybe a year and a half ago, they did a they were dubbing over My Hero Academia, and one of the characters was using very Gen Z speak, like very topical. This is how the kids kind of talk thing, and I just felt
Mm.
like that was so out of place. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
even if that character, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. And I mean, because we don't understand the language, even if they're being kind of cringy in the Japanese version, we can really tell that they're being cringy. But if they bring it over and it's dubbed, and you're like, oh, that's what they were trying to, is that what they were trying to say?
Yeah.
The intent is okay. I got it. I got it.
Because a lot of people are like, this the sub is just as cringe as the dub version. I was like, well, I can't tell that it's cringe. Okay, I I can't tell that it's being overacted or that this person's being monotone. I can't tell that. I think it
Mm.
sounds cool, but I don't
Have you?
know. It's not like I hate dubs or anything like that. It's just more recently I feel like they're also trying a lot of the times they're trying to be more politically correct in a lot
Mm-hmm.
of their translations, and Japan's not they're not on the same kind of wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I'd rather, if you're going to dub this, to be as 100% close to the translation as you need to be.
It's possible, yeah. And speaking of which, I actually have a topic of conversation with you when it comes to translating things because I had my first adventure in
Oh yes,
translation, courtesy
you
of you.
did.
Yeah. But I do want to give a
Not
shout
easy,
out.
huh?
Yeah, it's definitely a writing exercise. But I do want to give out a shout out to the people in the chat. I see Jayco in the chat. I see Leo Millie in the chat. Once again, we are still doing a giveaway today. We are still doing a giveaway courtesy of our affiliate partners, VV Digital Collectibles. Just everything is broken. X is broken. Every spaces is broken. The live stream is broken. All everything is broken. So YouTube, Twitch is where we are, but we are still doing it off of Engagement and X. So if you look at the screen at the live stream, which is all you can see right now because there is no space, this post that I reposted that was from Nikki. She just dropped her new cover of Bakurano.
Yep.
Of Bakurano, just dropped today. Amazing song. We would have been playing it in the space had X been working, but liking and reposting this tweet. It is on my page. It is on her page. So if you are watching on her live stream, just go to her X page. If you're on my live stream, go to my X page. It's posted there. It's like think like the third thing on my page right now. Liking and reposting that, and that will get you entry into the giveaway for a VV Digital collectible. I will call the winner at the end, but I will do the giveaway at a random point during the show. So don't wait to the end to like and repost it because you won't qualify because I would have already run it. But that is how we're gonna do it today. Um Hold on, let me see the chat real quick. Millie Majin said you spelled ah wrong. He doesn't even know where. Yo,
Okay.
he said I don't know where I'm at. It's been a day. I kind of don't, bro. Like this all feels weird. This all feels weird.
We're trying
Um
our best, okay?
we are. This is what happens when Elon wants to fight the president. This is what happens. Everything shuts down. Um all right, let's go back to the full screen. Okay. So yes, I did. So Nikki, I get it because I had to do that with this new song that we're gonna be doing. Should I announce what we're covering?
Yeah, go for it, man. Just do it.
So we are covering the anime song of the year, Otanoke by Creepy Nuts, which is the theme song to Dan to Dan season 1. There we go. So we're gonna be covering that, but I got you, and we talked to you a little bit too about like just your translation process because you'll take the Japanese and you'll take the Romanji, which is like that's like a literal like breakdown, right? A literal translation.
Because Japanese doesn't have Roman characters in it
Mm-hmm.
at all. So, in order for us to be able to read it phonetically, it has to be. They call it Romanji.
Okay.
So that's yeah. Mhm.
Got it. But with that, it's kind of like it's just the words of what it means. Like it's not rhyming. It's not, like you have to kind of like take the spirit of what they're saying, and
Mhm.
put that out there, but then put it in a way that it's now in song form.
Oh
And
yeah.
for me, I had to put it in a way where it's in rap form, which is like you're not just rhyming on the last line, you're rhyming in between the lines. So like
Yeah.
so, so it was definitely an exercise. It was definitely an exercise. Um but this is what you do on a regular basis. So you understand the aspect of translating and kind of like getting that same feel. So this is a real interesting conversation to have with you, right? Seeing as
Mhm.
far as looking at sub versus dub and seeing as far as are they capturing the essence of what is being said or like how and actually I wanted to ask you a question. So you being someone that does that with your translations, with your music, right? Do you
Yeah.
feel that kind of like stands out to you more? Are you more like a little nitpicky? Are you more like
Oh yeah,
mhm,
absolutely. I am. Like I think I mentioned this a couple of shows back about the Don 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 dub.
mhm,
There how Okarun calls Momo babe when he transforms into his ghost form rather than calling her Momo-chan.
mhm,
And I would rather I like they're doing it because they're trying to appeal to Americans. Americans wouldn't get how big of a deal him calling her Momo-chan is,
mhm,
but it's it's a big part of the story because she gets so flustered about it because he's calling her by her first name, which they don't do unless you know you're really close to them.
Yeah.
And that whole aspect is totally gone now just because he called her babe, and it's like it it
It
doesn't
feels
feel the
different.
same.
It
It
feels
feel
different.
like absolutely feels different, and I would rather they just stick. I would rather they just stick to what it was. I mean, we're not watching a bunch of people in America. We are watching Japanese high school kids, and I'd want to. And if I want to watch it in English, I'd rather they just keep as much of what was there, as rather than changing it so I understand it better.
Yeah, I think and I have to say real quick, shout out casual in the chat. I see you. What's good? Welcome, welcome. I think a large part of that also has to do with like the cult like just it's cultural, right? So
Mm,
and I know that, when it comes to Japanese culture, typically you only refer to people in the first name by their first name once you're actual like if you're really close to them, right? Like
yes.
if you have a close personal relationship with them, and that's a whole
Hmm.
thing. And here, like obviously in the states, you refer to everybody by their first name, right?
Yep.
That's what you do when
It's
you introduce. So it's kind of like, well, how do you capture that culture? And the thing that maybe made me think, I guess a parallel is when people say like Mr. or Mrs. or Sir, right?
yeah.
Before, but you kind of only do that over here when they're like older than you. Like you don't do that with
Hmm.
people your same age. So yeah, I see how kind of like getting used to reading that or getting your mind in that mindset of that culture. You adjust. So now you know. So when you hear first name, you're like, oh, this is different, right? This is
Hmm.
this is unique. um as opposed to yeah babe. So yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Okay.
I feel like
Mhm.
oh, just one more thing before we. I also feel like using the honorifics. I always liked it when they kept the honorifics in dubs, which they rarely ever do.
Mhm.
But because I feel like it's so important. Kenshin, they didn't really they had him call her like Miss Karu instead of Karu Dono. But I mean, Miss and Dono are like very very different. Like Dono is like he's basically like calling her lady. Like she's that much higher than him cuz he puts himself very like in
He
Japanese he
humbles
calls himself
himself.
yeah, he calls himself Sesha, which basically is like this one. I like this lowly one. I am low. I am below everybody else.
Mhm.
And you kind of miss that because he refers to himself in the first person in English. And not this is not saying I dislike the Kenshin dub. I love it. It's one of my favorite dubs ever. But as Americans, we're missing that part of his character because we're not hearing it.
Hmm. Got
So
it.
we don't hear that he lowers himself from everybody else because they didn't translate it. They didn't have him talk in the third person, and they didn't have him use Sesha as a way of referring to himself. So that's a whole part of his character that we just don't know
Hmm.
because it wasn't translated. And I feel like that's important. And if you're going to translate something, you want to put as much of the original context into it as you can. Right?
True.
Am I right? Am I
100%.
right?
No,
100%.
no, for
I got
sure.
it.
And then like
Mhm.
also about that, Nikki, right? Like as I was mentioning, that emotional impact when it's said is gone forever in the translation now. Like no one is gonna understand that they missed out on 20% of culture and actual importance in the anime because of that simple thing, you
Mhm.
know.
Hmm.
True.
And I think
True.
that's important in anime overall. That was a great point.
And
We also
I
have
think
to.
it's possible. Sorry. I think it's possible to do it. I think it's just going to take more time to
Mm.
really buckle down and try to figure out how can I tell this story by using the and keeping it as similar as possible. But I don't know.
I feel you.
Don't
And
know.
we also
Hmm.
have some comments in the
In
Discord
the Discord.
live
I just
stream.
real quick want to say what's up to OBL because OBL is over here in the chat. So big shout out OBL.
Shout out OBL.
But yeah, what are they saying over there in the Discord?
All right, so we also have Jayco in here. He likes the dubbed version. I believe he's on his first anime. It was a Solo Leveling. Shout out to Jayco for binging that quickly and loving the show. We got another one.
Yay!
Um, we also have Doobs, who said, hold on, let me go back and make sure. I'm pretty sure he says that he likes the dub as well. Um, hmm, interesting, interesting. And then we have Majin Jesus, who says that he likes the dub. Uh, he says, quote, let me see, let me get to this. Something about Vegeta. Where's Vegeta? Okay. Okay, Vegeta swearing hits different. I rest my case.
Well,
It
I
just
mean,
fits
Okay.
the
Chris
character
Sabat
better
is a
99%
beast.
of the
Chris Sabat is a good, like a really good voice actor. That's why he's used in like 75% of all anime. Um,
You see,
but
but this is
That's
what I'm
another
talking about.
problem. Is that a freaking American dubs? They use the same like five people
they
over and over and
do.
over again. How many times is Alex Lee going to be cast in another freaking anime? Okay, we get he's good, but there are up and comers that can get some jobs here. People, come on, let's hire out.
I've heard like a Piccolo in every single anime that I've watched for
Yeah,
like the
anything by
past.
Funimation, you're gonna hear Chris Sabat doing
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um Majin, speaking of Majin, he's in my chat. He's saying I'm watching Code Geass right now, and for impactful scenes I'll go back and listen and sub and see the difference. And right now they seem similar. I'm enjoying the dub more at the moment. Shout out to myself because I put him on the Code Geass. Um
Code Geass has Johnny Young Bosch and Yuri Lowenthal, two of like the best
amazing voice
voice
actor.
actors ever.
Yeah, true.
They're so good. Oh my god.
True. And I want to do a reminder real quick just to let everyone know we are still doing a giveaway today courtesy of our affiliate partners VV Digital Collectibles. All you have to do is Nikki did just launch a brand new cover song. Boku Rano was just dropped today. I do have it reposted on my X. So if you go over to my X profile, add official emoji, two eyes, it's like the fourth thing down on my page. I have it up on the screen. Also, too, it is obviously on her X channel too. So for those that are listening or tuning in through her live stream, just go to her X profile, which is on the screen, and just like and repost that post with her talking about the YouTube. That is entry into the giveaway. I'm going to call the winner at the end, but I'm going to run the giveaway at a random time that I will not disclose during this stream. So basically, you want to do that as soon as possible in order to guarantee entry into the giveaway for today. But what was OMW or Nikki? Were you guys about to say something?
No, we just had some more back and forth banter in the Discord chats
Mm-hmm.
about the superior parts of subbed. Dubes mentioned for key parts they do pretty good, but like I said, for DBZ specifically, the swearing just makes it a hands down win for him. Oh, that was actually Dubes and not Majin. Okay. Um, good point. Good point. He says it's like a whole different show. So,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think
Mm-hmm.
I prefer DBZ dubbed because I this is gonna sound so stupid, but I like Goku sounding like a man
As opposed to
rather.
Nozawa.
Yeah,
I
not
hear
that
that
I'm
often.
saying it. Yeah, it's sometimes it takes me out a little bit when they have like Naruto in Japanese. They kept the same voice actress even for Boruto, and
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, he's supposed to be like a 35-year-old man now. He still sounds like a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
damn.
I you know what's so
And
funny? Hmm.
go on, Gum. What's funny?
No, I was just gonna say like I'm so used to it because like Dragon Ball is an anime that I've watched both subbed and dubbed, and I'm
Hmm.
so used to Nozawa like it doesn't bother me like, and also too for like comedic effect that voice kind of like but Shimmel does the same thing like, and that's the thing like they're both to me they're both like when I hear Goku, I can hear both voices and both of them feel right. Um,
Yeah, no, I
you know,
get you. Mhm. I
but
just
mhm.
I don't know. It's just an issue I have sometimes.
But I've heard that a
Is
lot. I've heard that a lot. I've heard that a
Mhm.
lot.
I feel especially if you're a kid and you watched Dragon Ball with Sean Schimmel first, and then you go into watching it in Japanese, and you're like, why does Goku sound like a little kid or a
Mhm.
little girl? It can
Yeah,
be
it
kind
could
of
be jarring.
jarring.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right. So I guess I should get to me, who's I guess the outlier in the room,
It's okay.
because I prefer watching dubbed. I prefer
That's
watching
fine.
dubbed.
There's
Um,
nothing wrong with that.
I you know what? I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But yes, I do. And one of the big reasons for me why I would say I prefer watching it dubbed. Well, a couple reasons. One is because I'm more locked into the animation, especially if it's
Mhm.
something where there's like a lot of stuff going on and whatnot. Like I'm locked into the frames. I'm watching it like if I was like playing a fighting game, right? So I'm literally zoning into all the frames and stuff like that. So that's something I can't do if I'm reading.
Right.
Then on top of that, for me, like hearing things, and maybe this stems down to like the impact, the psychological impact that it has on hearing things in your mother tongue, right? Like
Mhm.
hearing things in like the language that I speak, it just for me it just hits more, right? Like I can and I've done both. Like so I'll give you an example with Dragon Ball Super, right? I originally
Mhm.
watched that subbed because it was like a year behind in the dub. And I wasn't waiting that long. So typically things that I really want to watch, I'm like, I'm just gonna watch the sub.
Mhm.
And it was I enjoyed it. I loved it. I enjoyed it. But when I went back and watched the dub, there were certain scenes and shout out Majin because he brought up Vegeta, but there were certain scenes specifically even that like with Vegeta's dialogue where it just hit different. Like, and I don't know if it was the music combined with the voice inflections combined with, the fact that I just like I understood the language, it just hit different. Now, granted, you do have certain things that are horrible dubs, and it's lacking the emotion and it's lacking the feeling, and
Mhm.
it's just like you recognize the difference. So
Yeah.
I get that too. I get that too. And like I said, if I'm really enjoying something, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna watch it in the way that is first available to me. I watched Solo Leveling subbed because I wasn't waiting for the dub to come out.
Oh,
Towards
hold
the end.
on.
Hmm.
Sorry. Shout out VV Digital Collectibles in my chat right now.
They're
Hey,
in
what's
your
going
chat,
on?
yo. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, yeah. So
That's
it
fair.
all depends. It all depends. But typically, like if there's the option, I would prefer to watch it dubbed. But I don't mind watching. Like if I have to watch it subbed, it's fine. Like it doesn't. It's
Like
I'm cool with it.
when Brotherhood first came out, I watched it raw, which means I had no subs or dubbed. I just watched it
But you had
straight
Vic
out of
in that. I mean, Vic is a really good
Well,
voice
yeah. Oh no,
actor.
I've yes. So I watched it raw, then I watched it subbed, and then I watched it dubbed. I watched every version of that was available to me. And
Hmm.
if I'm gonna watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I'm gonna watch it dubbed.
Okay.
Yes, I will.
Well, that was an awesome dub. Like that was like
It was.
yeah,
It
it
was
was an
very
awesome
good.
dub.
Not to
Um,
say that the sub's bad, but I prefer the dub. There you go.
there you go. There you go.
Like they say,
Mhm.
it depends. It depends.
I was actually gonna ask you that. Is there any case scenarios where you do prefer the dub over the sub? And I guess in your situation, it would be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Gurren Lagann, Rurouni Kenshin, Dot Hack Sign, Yu Yu Hakusho, These are all things I watch dubbed. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's not there's quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, shout out, we got Olivia in here. I'm not gonna call you by your by your X handle, but shout out you guys. Shout out you guys for coming through. Dub, I'm gonna ask you the same question. I'm gonna ask you the same question. Is there anything that you prefer watching dub as opposed to sub?
Um, Neon Genesis Evangelion,
Okay.
Trigun, Dragon Ball Z, Samurai Champloo,
oh yeah.
um,
Mhm.
hmm, and Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
And yep,
Mm-hmm.
you're on the same page.
Wait, why did y'all
There
say it
we
like
go.
that? Because I've only watched Cowboy Bebop dubbed. I've never watched the sub.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched. You just can't watch it subbed, can you?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not available. Only Steve
Dang.
Bloom.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. 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 Good to know. And I just want to say, for anyone that may be just tuning into the space, we are still doing a giveaway courtesy of our affiliate um, partners, VV Digital Collectibles. Unfortunately, the X live stream is broken because Elon is fighting the president. So we don't have a live stream on X right now, but we are still doing it based off of X. So Nikki had just posted a brand new song today. Definitely check that out. Brand new cover for Bokurano. It's posted on her page. So for everyone that is over on her channel, check out her X handle. It's right there. It says, please check out song just dropped on YouTube. Liking and reposting that X tweet. If you're on my side, just jump over to my X profile. It's like the fourth thing on my page. So just scroll down. I have it in the top in the visuals, liking and reposting that. And that will give you an entry into the giveaway today. I'm going to announce the winner at the end, but I'm going to draw the winner at a random time during this show. So don't wait till the end to like and repost because you most likely won't be in the running for that. But like I said, also still check it out because it's an amazing cover. I was gonna play it, but I can't because I can't open up a space and we will get copyright strikes. So wonderful, wonderful world of music. But all right, so Nikki, let's talk a little bit about this song that we have coming up, the cover of Otonoke, right?
Mhm.
And once again, like, I had mentioned before, I feel like this is a good conversation to have on this episode anyway, sub versus dub, because that's kind of like what we're doing, right?
Oh yeah, it
We're
is.
we're
That's
now.
why I.
Mhm.
That's why I say it's funny that I prefer sub, considering what I do.
Well, you were saying as far as you're more critical, like you're. So
Oh yeah.
do you have situations where kind of like you've watched both, right? You've watched the sub, you watched the dub, and you being someone that translates yourself, right, when it comes to your
Mhm.
music, are kind of like I would have translated it this way, or I would have done this, like. And
I
do
can't.
you have any
Yeah,
examples?
I can't think of any examples, but
Okay.
I definitely do have those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. It's just I know that they have to match the mouth flaps, and they have to
Oh, that's a whole different layer that I didn't even think about.
yeah, they have to match the mouth flaps because they're doing it like the Japanese people they get to I don't think they match mouth flaps. I think they record first and then they animate, but I don't know 100% if that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But we as dubbers, we have to match mouth flaps, which adds another layer to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I still feel like even if you're trying to match mouth flaps and trying to match, you could probably translate closer to what they're trying to get across. But I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? Like, I could see that being complicated, right? Because, like I said, even with the whole with translating a rap, right? Like, because it's more than like what I find myself doing. It was more than just because you were giving me certain words were in English, right?
Yep.
So I had to make sure that those English words were there, right?
Hmm.
And maybe they didn't rhyme with anything that I was thinking of at the time. But now I'm like, all
I
right,
know.
now I have to have this whole rhyme pattern uh that fits with this word, right? That's this weird word like M. Night Shyamalan, right? So I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, I have to find a pattern that fits with this. And then on top of that, because they're lyricists, right? They're not just rhyming at the end; they're rhyming in between the lines. So you have this other rhyme scheme in between, and I still want it
Mhm.
to match. So I tend to try and make it the same sound, words
Yeah.
that sound similar,
Mhm.
but still at the same time now you have to keep the same tone of what they're talking about and message and theme
Yep.
and like yo I actually I wanted to ask you, so okay, so I sent you my honest opinion honest opinion for my first time.
Mhm.
What were your thoughts?
For your first time is really good. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, and
Mm-hmm.
especially if I mean for rap especially because or for anything that they have to do a lot of syllables, anything fast, which I feel like is every Japanese song right now. They just have to put as many syllables as they can, one after another, as fast as they can.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an easy thing to do, and it's a lot of trial and error and being like, well, that doesn't sound. I mean, a lot of the times when I'm writing my own, I'll write something and I'll be like, this sounds good, and then I'll get to the recording process and I'll be like, this is not sounding anywhere near what I wanted it to sound like, and I have to go back and I have to change it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not easy, and I think for your first time you did a really great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, did you have fun with it or did you just hate the whole
I
thing?
no, you know what it was? It was a writing exercise. It brought me back to I could say this. It brought me back to cricket, right? Like,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Mhm.
and it brought me back to like that class and just understanding songwriting. And for those that don't know, me and Nikki went to school together. So cricket was one of our professors. But it brought me
Ooh.
back to it brought me back to like songwriting class, and I remember studying the Beatles and like how they wrote songs and specifically how they deliberately went to try different type of genres, right? They deliberately wanted to make a song in every type of genre,
Right.
and this was kind of like that with the songwriting. Like, yes, it's still hip hop, but it's a whole different exercise as far as how to write a song within these parameters. And I remember like one of the things that I thought was was funny is there's a line in the song where he's talking about hell or the underworld, right?
Yeah.
And the way that it ends, I'm like, there's nothing I can like, I don't know what words to use to rhyme this way. So I ended up like using like referring to like the river Styx, which I know is Greek
Yeah.
mythology, but it still kind of fit.
No, it
Um
did. It did. I thought that was pretty clever that you did that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun exercise. And it just made me think like, yo, like she does this on the regular. Like this is crazy. This is crazy.
it's whew, it's tough, but it's fun. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. But
Yeah,
and you
definitely.
feel there's definitely moments where you're just like, this one's really this song, these lyrics are really good. I did a good job.
I feel you.
I feel like those fit really well. Like that's working it out, man.
I feel you. I feel you. All right. Well, like I said, it was fun. I'm looking forward to doing more. And I'm happy that I like asked because I hit you up. I was like, yo, can I. So I'm happy I did that. Um because yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So definitely be on the lookout for Otanoke, which will be dropping around the time of season 2, right?
Yep,
Okay.
that's right. It's gonna
Around the
probably
time
come
of
out
season 2.
next month.
There we
Mhm.
go. All right. But definitely, like I said, once again, check out Nikki's newest song that just dropped today, from Bokurano. And it is a banger. It is an amazing song. The harmonies, amazing. You did an amazing job on that cover. And that is, like I said, the qualifications for our giveaway today. So are you ready for me to reveal who the winner is for the giveaway?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Here we go. Countdown, countdown, countdown. And the winner for the giveaway tonight is OB freaking L. Shout out OBL, who came in like surprisingly. I didn't expect her to pop up in my chat. So yeah, shout out OBL. I
But shout
will
out to OBO because I just found out that she actually likes anime as well.
Yo,
So
she been on a binge, bro. Like she's watching Code Geass now. So I put her and Majin and Dubes all on the Code Geass because they said that they like Death Note, and they've been collectively just binging and sharing their thoughts and love of the anime.
you see, I've never seen Code Geass. I've started it, never finished it.
You gotta finish it, bro. It's I say probably Lelouch is up there with one of my favorite main characters. I actually really like Lelouch.
Yeah, he gets a lot of love as being a very complex main character
Mm-hmm.
and very popular.
Yeah. And
People love him a lot.
people, they like there's a lot of comparisons to him and Light, right? Like because there's a lot of comparisons to Death Note and Code Geass, but
Yeah,
oh my god,
I prefer Lelouch.
is he such a superior
is
character over Light? Like
is there like are they really comparable? Because I feel like I don't know.
they're
I have
they're
to say it because that's
comparable.
annoying.
He is. They're comparable on a surface level. They're comparable on a surface level, but when
Yeah,
you dive into like
that's fair.
their
That's fair.
core, who they are, oh my god, Lelouch is so much of and that's the thing. That's why people can love Lelouch but hate Light. But yeah,
Light's
we'll
so
talk.
annoying. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I feel you. But we could get into it. We could talk about it. But this will pretty much wrap up the show for tonight, right? We've been going for almost an hour, and we have our winner. And I
Yep.
think we've covered sub versus dub and our own personal preferences, and also too. Oh, Spotify doesn't have a comment section, right? Anyone that's watching this on the replay, definitely hit up the comment section and still let us know what you prefer and why. Sub versus dub, because we would love to hear from you. So definitely check that out on the replay. Did you guys have anything to say before we close up? Anything from your chats or anything you want to mention?
Let me see. I got a couple of things here. Lexi Evans says I typically watch both. It does show more emotion in the original, but I do also like to know what's being said. Then Grosner said, "That's my Bulma," which is classic. The biggest bro
That is
says, "Let's
classic.
go!" Ah.
Let's go. Biggest
Grosner
bro over
also
there.
said. Grosner also said, "What are you stupid?" Best Ava moment. Lazzy Otaku said, I remember hearing the dub of Berserk, 1999, the emotion and guts performance, especially with the campfire scene, probably the best dub I've ever heard. And let's see what else we got. And then Lexi also wanted to know what song I related to the most. And that's pretty hard because since I do so many. But right now I feel like Fiction from Wotokoi is pretty I don't know, I like that song. I always feel good when I listen to that one that I covered. Yay! But it changes depending on my mood.
I feel you.
And then Grosner also said Light wanted the power to be worshipped and thought too much of himself. Absolutely.
Definitely, definitely. We should actually, you know what? We should have who was I talking to about this? Oh, actually, shout out Justin, from Vivi Korea. Like, cause he gave the idea of having character comparison nights and talking about it. Would you
Oh, that's
guys
smart.
be down for an episode where we have like Light versus Lelouch and talk about it?
Yeah,
Let's
that'd be
I'm
fun.
down.
go. And obviously it doesn't have to just be them. Like we can do multiple different characters, but like yeah, like diving into them, diving into the characters, diving into their psyche. Who do you think would win? Or who do you think even if it's not a battle, like who do you think is just a superior character and why?
Mhm.
Hey, in
Okay.
that episode, I would like to, if we did like a segment of um side character comparisons, like best side
Mhm.
character comparisons. So maybe like a a Bakugo and a Killua and see how they compare as well.
Awesome.
I think that'll
Oh,
Yeah.
be
that's
fun.
yeah, that's smart.
Let's do it. There we go. All right. I think we're cooking up some future episode ideas. I think we are. There we go. Yeah, you know what it is? Is because I'm seeing in my chat, I'm seeing this whole war between Light and Lelouch in my chat. That's why. So, so I'm like, we should have an episode about this. All right. So I guess we're wrapping things up. Once again, like I said before, definitely check out the cover from Nikki that she just dropped today. It is posted on my X page. It is posted on her X page. If you're on her YouTube, then well, you're already there because it's on her YouTube. So definitely check that out. Amazing cover. And, once again, was our qualifications for today for winning the giveaway, courtesy of our affiliate partners, VV Digital Collectibles. So we will be back at this again next week.
Next week.
Hopefully X is working.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
back to what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But we made it
Fingers
work. We
crossed.
made it work.
We did. We did. We did it like the traditional way, right? Traditional stream with the
Hmm.
chat. And so it's, sometimes you could do that. All right. So, any other final thoughts before we close up?
I'm good.
Uh, I think I think everyone should take the time out and watch two dubbed episodes and then watch two subbed episodes of whatever show you really enjoy, and just like
Should they be the
listen,
same
listen.
though for comparison?
Yes, it should be the
Okay.
Yeah.
same episode, same episodes, and
Okay.
just run them back. Two of the episodes that you know you love, like
Mhm.
super epic fight scenes or whatever the case is, very intense moments in anime that gave you like, chills down your spine. Read it, well, watch it dubbed and then watch it subbed. And just notice, no, watch it subbed and then watch it dubbed so you can see the difference or hear the difference. It's crazy.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you have it.
Got
Wise
homework
words.
now.
Yep. Wise words and suggestions from OMW. All right. And like I said, we appreciate everyone for coming through. Thank you. Thank you. My name is Emoji. I'm here with my co hosts, OMW and Nikki G. And together we are bringing you Anime After Hours. We run this every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we do have a pre show that starts at 7:30, which we have a extra giveaway. So make sure to tune in. Unfortunately, X was glitchy today, but I appreciate everyone that came through on YouTube, on Twitch, on both my side and on Nikki's side. And we will see you again next week. Until then, stay safe, be easy, and peace.